When you tell someone you love them and you get nothing but a text that says, "I don't love anyone," and all you can do is send a broken heart, because that's exactly how you feel. Heartbroken. And it doesn't stop there. Then there's betrayal, and you feel upset, and you feel sad, and you feel anger. There is abuse, there is rape, there is violence, there is homelessness, and that is pain for many people. People are struggling to deal with the pain that is happening to them, and they feel misunderstood. Why? Because no one gives them the time of day. No one tells them it's going to be okay, and no one knows how to help anybody. Why do you think that is? Are we desensitizing ourselves? Are we detaching ourselves from the emotions that we have? Or are we too afraid to show how we feel? When someone feels heartbroken due to a breakup or a loss, it is so hard for them because they're trying to deal or cope with the emotions. But society says, hey, you know what? Get out there. There's more to life and you'll find someone else. Or you should, get under someone so you can get over someone. And that's something that it's been going around and people just use it like nothing. Some people can't do that. That is way harder on them. They feel guilty and they just feel pressured by their friends. Instead of being like, hey, you know what? Let's stay indoors and talk about it. Let's stay indoors and you can cry about it and I'll just be here and listen. Same with a loss of a loved one. You don't have to say you're sorry. You don't have to say anything. All you can do is just say, I understand where you're coming from, or I understand why you're feeling this way. I'm not saying don't say I can't imagine what you're going through. Just say I understand. That's all you gotta say. If you don't cope with the pain that is inside of you and you let it build, you're gonna have a difficult time. And especially because you may think that you're over it, but you're going to be triggered by people over there, people over here, people everywhere. People are going to be saying things and you're going to be upset. People are going to be losing loved ones. People are going to be going through things that you went through, and you're just going to keep repeating those hurtful, painful emotions that you're going through. Pain isn't something that you should run from. Pain is always going to be there. Pain is always going to be following you. All you can do is accept the pain that you went through. When you feel pain, you think, I just wish I was the only person, or I just wish me and the person that I love the most were here together. And then I wouldn't experience any pain or any hurt. That's never going to happen. We're all people and we're all meant to be mingling with one another, even though it's hard at times. And if you don't pay attention to your hurt or your pain, it's going to evolve into something worse. It's going to evolve into guilt, resentment, anger, rage, disappointment, depression, and a victim mentality. Why me? Why did this happen to me? How am I going to fix it? Who's going to help me? I've seen so many people be mad at each other because of something insignificant, something dumb, a gossip or whatever, and they don't want to talk to each other. They don't want to talk about their problems. They don't want to talk on how they messed up. And all they do is talk about each other behind their backs, and they just carry this anger towards this other person and it never gets resolved. I mean, I've been hurt by all of them, teachers, friends, parents, partners. The point that I'm trying to make is that you can't go back and fix it. You're just gonna have to move forward and just adapt to what happened, be strong about it, create something with what happened to you. Pain also comes from not accepting yourself and who you are and what body you're currently in, because a lot of people think that the body that you're in is not attractive enough. So then you feel pain, you feel hurt by other people, by their words, and you want to change yourself. But you have to learn that self-acceptance and forgiveness is the key. Why do you think there's so many people causing you pain? Because they've gone through pain. They know how it feels like. They don't know how to deal with their pain, so they want to throw their pain at you. Isn't it easy, like when someone does something to you and you're like, well, they're gonna get it back. they're gonna get it next time because of what they did to me. And that's what I used to think when someone hurt me. I'm like, oh, they're gonna get it, watch. I'm gonna do the same thing they did. I'm gonna talk about them, not behind their back, but right there, right next to where they're at. Not directly, but right there. See how they feel. That was something that I always thought was okay because of how I felt. See, I was hurt by that person, so why not hurt them back? And many of us think, oh, that's okay. That is how you deal with your pain, but it's not okay. That is making it worse. That is teaching people that when they feel pain, they gotta throw it at other people. They gotta throw it at strangers. When you're in a store and someone's in a bad mood, isn't it annoying that it's not really your fault why they're in pain or why they're in a bad mood and they're just being rude? And the main question that you should always ask that person, did I do something to you for you to hurt me that much? And then they'll be like, whoa, I didn't know I was hurting you. I'm sorry. Or the people don't even know that they're hurting other people. It just happens unconsciously, unknowingly. They're just running by their emotions. And some people try to, say, hey, well, other people have it worse than you, or other people are going through something horrible. But don't listen to them. They're just saying that, but your pain is justifiable. You know, because no one else experienced that. You haven't experienced other people's pain, so why compare your pain to other people's pain? You don't have to do that. Think about yourself and think about how you feel. Try to figure out how to better yourself and how to better your stance and viewpoint of what happened to you and why it happened to you. It's never your fault when someone hurts you. It's never your fault when you get your feelings hurt or when someone breaks up with you or when you lose someone. It just happens for a reason. When I lost someone, I always thought it was my fault and I could have done something. Or when I found out that there was no cure to regain my vision, I felt that if only we could have caught it earlier, maybe there could have been a cure. If we think that way, if we could have, if we would have, if we should have, and we stay in the past, we're never going to be able to look forward. We're never going to be able to be in the future and think about how pain really leads to happiness. Because if you didn't know pain, you wouldn't know what happy or what empathy felt like. You wouldn't be able to relate to those people that are going through the same thing as you. You wouldn't be able to have that emotion of compassion. You wouldn't be able to just be there for people and understand that what they're going through is their own experience. One time I saw this guy and he seemed like he was in so much pain. He was crying and sad and angry, and all I just wanted to do was say, it's going to be okay. How can I help you? But I didn't say that because he was in a moment of rage, just being mean to everybody. Why? Because he closed himself from everyone else. And that's what I did. When I felt pain and I was bullied, I closed myself from people. I distrusted many people, and I was like, well, if I don't trust anyone, no one's going to be able to hurt me. I was always so defensive. I always would be like, that person's just going against what I'm saying because they disagree, because they just want to make me mad, or that person doesn't like me. Always thinking negative of people. And that is something that you should never do, because there's always good people coming your way. You can't mistrust the whole world, expect people to love you, expect people to treat you right if you don't know how to love yourself, if you don't know how to treat them right. Once you let go of that pain, and once you forgive yourself, and once you let go of that guilt and accept what happened, it will be an easier route. People are often in so much pain that they commit suicide because they don't know who to go to and they don't know who to run to, and they feel like no one understands what they're going through. And sometimes no one knows that people are masking their feelings, saying that they're fine, that they're doing great, they have the best friends and they party and they have good grades. But in reality, inside of themselves, they feel horrible, they feel worse. And maybe they feel like it's a sign of weakness. If I tell people how I feel, they won't understand. They won't be able to help me. So what is the way out that I can finally get out of this life? Is suicide. But how can we prevent this pain? How can we help people that are in pain? Even though we don't know that they're in pain, I know how. By showing more compassion, by being kinder to people. Yes, there are times when we're all in a bad mood and we're all getting on each other's nerves and we just want school to be over, we want work to be over, we just want to get home, or we feel like we don't have time and we're just grumpy because of traffic. There's so many excuses. You could be like that. I was mad and I said something, but instead of being mad, why can't you find another way to channel that emotion that you feel? Not towards anyone else, but maybe towards writing, maybe towards working out, a sport, something that doesn't involve throwing those words at anybody else. Now that we have social media, people feel like you can just throw words around. Throw words, put in comments, say mean, rude things to people. I don't care. I don't know them. I can't see how they're gonna react. And even when people are mean on social media, they probably feel some sort of pain. They probably feel insecure. They probably have other things going on in their life. Stop masking your pain. Stop hiding your pain. Stop throwing your pain at other people. Stop trying to say that your pain is not justifiable, but pain, it needs to be accepted, needs to be felt, needs to be grieved, needs to be shared, needs to be figured out. You need to find the root cause of it. It's not something you should be ashamed of. It's not something you should be angry at. It's not something you should feel guilty about. But it's something that is normal, and it's something that we all go through, and it's something that can help us empathize with one another, and it's something that can make you realize that people are loving, they are caring, and so are you. And without the pain that you didn't feel, you wouldn't have known what love was. You wouldn't have met that person that you met who was there when you were going through that difficult experience. They didn't really mean, but you took it the wrong way. That's where dialogue has to happen. That's where people have to talk to each other about how can they explain the situation more. They didn't mean what they said. Don't try and be tough and try to deal with your pain all by yourself. Don't seclude yourself from the world because you think people don't understand your pain. There's many people that have gone through almost the same thing as you, and your pain is justifiable, but you can't always think that the whole world is not worthy of your trust, because there's so many people that are trustworthy and there's so many people that can help you with what you're going through. But you have to reach out, and you have to know that asking for help is okay. We may not understand how you feel, we may not understand the situation you've been through or gone through, and we don't understand fully how it affected your emotional state, your mental state, or how it affected your life and how it changed your life. But the thing that we can do is just be there and just try and help you get your 2 feet. And it is okay to grieve whatever you went through, but there comes a point where you have to say, okay, I grieved, I said what I had to say, I did what I had to do, now it's time to come out of that pain and do something with my pain that can help me heal, that can help other people heal, or I can help other people cope with the pain. You don't have to be stuck in that pain forever. You don't have to be repeating that scenario over and over again, saying that it was your fault. And you don't have to relive the experience with other people, and you don't have to throw your anger or your pain at others, because that's what everyone is doing right now. Everyone is feeling pain because of change, because of things that are happening right now. No one is really acknowledging that pain. No one is really taking time to say, hey, where is this coming from? Or am I hurting this person? Did I hurt this person? Am I hurting? What's happening? No, everyone's just mindlessly walking around, getting things done, going to work, doing their thing, until the pain builds and all of a sudden it just explodes. Pain is like a dark tunnel, and it has many pathways you can take. You could keep going down the dark tunnel, never finding your way out. Or you could take the right way, and eventually you'll get to the light, and you'll feel this faith or hope that it can lead you to something better. It can lead you to love. All you gotta do is find your way there. No matter how many paths or how many dark tunnels you take, you're bound to find the right path and the right time, and you're bound to find the right people that are gonna help you get there, because you cannot get there all on your own unless you have the drive to do so. When you have drive, there is no stopping you. There's no stopping your momentum, and you know you got this. And we all got this. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.